Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name's David. This is Damar's Coaching. I'm answering your guys' questions from the last question and answer video last Monday. I do this every Monday. I encourage all of you, please go down below in the comment section, right down there. Ask me anything you want. Come back next week from the next video to see my answer. Let me know what you think of my answer. Keep asking me questions. And if I miss your question, it wasn't on purpose, please ask me again. Thank you very much. All I ask is you guys give me your locations. Please tell us where you are. And if you haven't already, please sign the petition called Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. For some reason, I can't get many of you to sign that, and I appreciate all of you that do. I'm trying to save people's lives here. Just like you guys have experienced narcissistic abuse, you want people to know, you want people to have compassion for you in your story, and you want people to show you empathy and support. Yeah? I'm asking for that for children. The number one cause of young people taking their lives is from narcissistic online bullying. I posted something, 2 days ago? And it was a story, I've posted a few now. It's a story of an 11-year-old girl here in this country who took her own life. I don't know, it's hard enough to think about somebody doing that, but a child. How does an 11-year-old do that? If you care, you can read the article. I posted it in the community section. The things I post in the community sections get up to 500 likes. I have 20 questions from you guys that you guys want answered. You're looking for empathy, compassion, and support. Only 7 people liked my post. Only 7 people showed any kind of compassion, empathy, and remorse. 7. 20 people asking questions today. Only 7 people supported that child taking her life. You guys are looking for the same thing that she needs and her family. And don't we want to stop narcissistic abuse? Well, guess what? Narcissistic abuse won. Bullies 1, victims 0. Okay? Maybe I should just stop and give up and let the bullies win, huh? Is that what you guys would like more? I don't know. How about some compassion, some empathy, and support? I'm going to give it to you today. Let's get into the questions. First one. Motown girl from Detroit. Hi, David. Do you know anything about anxiety related to being alone? Yes. Yeah, there's different types of anxiety disorders, social anxiety, things like this, generalized. Anxiety, now I'm not just saying, I'm going to jump out of an airplane and parachute. I'm a little anxious. That's normal. Sitting there by yourself alone, nothing's wrong, and you have anxiety is not. And so our emotional needs, we usually have about 10 of them. One of them is security. I think that's something we all need. And I need to build that relationship with myself. And if I can't reassure myself and love myself and make myself feel better, I have symptoms like anxiety, loneliness, worry. These are signs that we don't have the best relationship with ourselves. Just like if you felt like that with someone else, wouldn't be good. And so as things slow down at the end of the day, we're just reflecting, introspecting with ourselves, quiet, there's the anxiety. To remind us we need a better relationship with ourselves so that when we say it's going to be okay, we don't feel anxious anymore. It works. Just like if we tell our child that, or our parent tells us that, and it works. If our parents tell us everything's going to be okay and we get anxious from it, that's not a healthy relationship, is it? Build a relationship with yourself, Motown girl. Know exactly who you are and start caring for yourself, okay? Lower all your stress, have better relationships, but there's a lot to work on with this. A lot of doctors, you go there, they're just going to give you drugs. I don't think most people need that for anxiety. I think there's reasons we have anxiety, and if we fix those reasons, we don't have it anymore. Let me know what you think. Thank you. All right. The Jim Rome Show from Irvine, California. David, do you know anything about spiritual narcissism? No, I don't. I mean, I've heard of it, but, spiritual is just about one of the most generalized words we use, isn't it? What is spiritual? Are you talking about your religion? Are you talking about a spirit we all have inside of us? Spiritual narcissism. Narcissism seems like a earthly thing, like a human thing, like a body thing. I don't know about spirit. I think my wife is a spiritual narcissist because she feels as if she's on a higher spiritual level than everyone else and gets very angry when anyone disagrees with her about any topic, but especially spiritual topic. But then there's also the idealization and evaluation of other people, especially me. She also runs smear campaigns against me. I'm just realizing this stuff after 20 years of marriage. Oh, and also her mom is diagnosed borderline and her sister is diagnosed bipolar. You didn't have a question. Besides, do I know anything about spiritual narcissism? I don't think it's a real thing. No. I don't know how spirits are narcissistic. It's weird. But your wife is a spiritual narcissist. She thinks she's on a higher spiritual level. Yeah, she's just narcissistic. Yeah, that's all. She thinks she's better than everybody because she knows she's not. She knows she's worse than everyone else. She's overcompensating. She's controlling. She can't accept anybody to have anything different opinion than hers. So she doesn't have to ever look at herself. She hates herself. Massive shame. She runs smear campaigns against people. Yes, because she hates herself. How we treat people is how we feel about ourselves. But I would just cross out the word spiritual. I don't know what that has anything to do with. Just narcissistic, damaging, abusive, controlling, disgusting, unhealthy, sick, lots of shame, hates herself. But if you have a question, let me know. Besides that, thanks. And hi, David. Ruth from United Kingdom. Hello, Ruth. What are the symptoms of complex PTSD? Is relationship problems. Well, that's actually what causes it. Like having trouble keeping friends and partners. I have no friends because they took my ex's side and didn't care about me. Sorry. It was all about them. My last boyfriend didn't support me in the ways I felt I needed it. I've been told I'm too fussy. I'm 53, I don't need a man, but I'm worried that my complex PTSD has affected me. Then why don't you go get it healed, Ruth? Everybody can heal from emotional pain, trauma, suffering. Yeah. What are you doing to get help with that? We need to accept it, yeah, but it's not who we are. It's not our identity. It's just a problem. We try as hard as we can to fix that problem. There is help. I can help you. I help people with stuff like this, especially if you had a therapist too. Great. Again, I don't see a question. No question mark. If we're abused and neglected growing up, which a lot of you guys aren't aware of it, but if we are, and then we have toxic relationships in adulthood, we need to evaluate every single relationship we have. Because what is abundantly clear, apparent, and happens all the time is that sometime in our adult life, we have a light bulb moment and realize, oh my God, I have a toxic relationship. Someone's abusing me, neglecting me. Then we start realizing that that's how our family is and that's how our friends are. I'm sorry you lost your friends and your partner. I'm really sorry. Heal from that, grieve from that. If you need help on something to be grateful for, now I have a chance to have healthy people in my life, and I don't have to wait years to find out that these people aren't really my friends, that I keep investing in. Everyone, always evaluate your relationships. If you have abusive relationships in your adulthood, neglectful, traumatic, stuff like that, probably came from childhood. You probably have other people, toxic people in your life. And you may not think so. You may, no, my friends are great. They don't abuse me. Until you need them, gone, not so great. That might take a long time. We don't tend to need people very much. But if you had a question, Ruth, please ask. Thanks. Adventures of Kate Cat. Don't know where you're from. Let us know your locations. I had a relationship with someone who had quiet borderline. He took a dump by my cubicle and left a gnawed-off asparagus spear in the same spot a few days later. Sounds funny. No, it sounds absolutely disgusting. But these people will ruin your life. Never get involved with them. Absolute insanity. Thanks for sharing. Rel Rodriguez, Healing Family from California. Hello. Thanks again for all your time and answers you give all of us. The sign. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. The sign behind you made by the gal. It's awesome. Thanks to Alan as well for the generous donation. That's nice of you to thank him too. Thank you. I like to say thanks to everyone that donates because it makes a massive difference in people's lives. My 2 little ones and I are an example. I've mentioned before that my little ones and I were discarded, left to raise my little ones all by myself, left to provide for them on a part-time job without receiving a single penny to support my little ones. Jesus. I also care for my 82-year-old parent. Of course you do. If I could, I would donate since David's channel has helped me massively. Thank you. Who helped support David's channel. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who supported me. Thank you. Antisocial and sociopath are still a bit confusing. Sorry, here I'm asking again. Are they the same thing? What traits do you have to meet to be a sociopath? Hope it makes sense. Okay. Let's just say we're going by the DSM and it doesn't use sociopath and psychopath. Right? Whatever I give you a definition of sociopath, it might be a little different from someone else. Okay? You can look up the definition. When you're talking about antisocial personality disorder, there's a very distinct criteria for that. Things like have to have conduct disorder onset before the age of 15. These traits can't be during times of bipolar episodes or schizophrenia episodes. Unlawful behavior, no respect for authority or laws, always exploitative to people. Things like this. There's just a couple more. So you could say someone's a sociopath or psychopath. What does that mean? When you get into psychology, there is definitions of these. They also happen to, maybe not even all, but most happen to meet the criteria for antisocial personality disorder. That's why most of the people in this disorder are maybe what we call sociopaths, psychopaths. What's the criteria for that, right? It may not be the exact same for antisocial. It just so happens that most fit it. I'm sorry if that's confusing. An easy way to identify a sociopath or to explain a sociopath or to define a very generalized, easy way to define a sociopath is criminal. Crime. You commit crime. And I'm not saying that one person commit a crime, a repetitive, intrusive patterns. That's what a personality disorder is. Patterns of crime. Probably a sociopath. The difference between a psychopath and sociopath is one is born, one is made. They both have the same behaviors. And most of them meet the criteria for antisocial. So you can't really sit there and say antisocial is psychopath, sociopath. It's like saying, maybe, I don't know if this is a good reference or example. You have brandy and you have cognac. Brandy is a liquor made from grapes. Well, cognac is a liquor made from grapes, therefore you could call it a brandy. However, there's stricter rules for cognac. It has to be made in the cognac region. So brandy made somewhere else in France is brandy. Brandy made here in America is brandy. But if it's made in Cognac, France, oh, now it's cognac. See that? So you got sociopath and psychopath, but for antisocial, you have to meet the criteria. Most of them do. So you can't call every sociopath a psychopath and say they have antisocial personality disorder. Just like you can't say every antisocial is a psychopath or a sociopath. It just doesn't work that way. It's an easier way to understand the disorder instead of argue about sociopath, psychopath in the DSM. These disorders, these labels are made to treat people with it. If you don't understand that still, tell me. Maybe there's a specific part of that you don't understand that you can tell me. Thank you. And wish you guys just had names. Vivain Invest Paraguay Vivain VE2321 from South America. David, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú? Gracias. You helped me a lot when I was destroyed. Thank you. Now I run into you from time to time through the YouTube algorithm. It is always good to hear your kind wisdom. I live in a poor country. Nothing is for free. Some men even have to pay their girlfriends for sex. No joke. Girls told me so. I live in Las Vegas, the capital of prostitution. My ex-BPD hot girl never charged money from me. Well, that's nice of her. But it cost more soul power than I had. I bet it also cost you more money. I enjoy people giving out for free. This video is so precious to me. It was like a few weeks ago, an old woman took her time to tell me things I didn't want to hear. It felt like the mom I never had. I need to get to be able to give now. Because I love giving more than taking. Then give to yourself. Don't rely on others to give to you. You give to yourself before you give to anyone else. That way you can stay alive and help people. Take a thank you from a poor man and some chips from people who have some money to keep the channel alive. Take care, David, and all of you from South America. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Victoria from the Bay Area. Hello, Victoria. My question is, can somebody receive therapy if they can no longer speak? Of course. Why not? We'll try, won't we? They can still hear. They can write. Helen Keller had therapy. Helen Keller couldn't talk, couldn't speak, couldn't hear, couldn't see. She got better because she was a mess. Yeah. Ken, Facebook 1000 from Southwest United States. Hello. A question for next week. You've covered them recording your actions. I really enjoy the video. Oftentimes we have a blowout fight. She'd say we thoroughly discussed it and I thought we'd move on. The next day at work, I'd get an 8-page text about how I'm toxic, etc. I'd respond and defend myself. I'd tell her it was getting annoying, how we'd agree. We addressed the issue, yet it always came up. She'd screenshot and save everything. During fights, she'd be texting the whole time, taking notes on what I said. I'm unsure it was accurate. She'd scream at me for hours, cursing, and I'd blow up and respond. She'd cry and record me saying she's scared even though I was 20 feet away. Oh, Jesus Christ, get the hell away from her. I'm surprised you're not in jail. We had too much to drink on Cinco de Mayo. I got sick and she recorded me vomiting. That's great. Nice. Not help you. Record you. This is your enemy. Enemy, not your partner. It's not love, it's hate. She kept all of that forever. Probably still has it. Probably. Sick fuck. I'm sure it was to smear me and build a case for blackmail. But why keep these trophies in the long term? I guarantee she still has these things. It's how she lives with herself. She hates herself. She has to convince herself that everyone else is the problem, not her. I never recorded her or screenshot text. Good. I didn't want to frame her or record her at her worst. Who would? Well, we know. Why hold those awful moments instead of good ones? She's negative. She's depressed. She lacks self-reliance, can't protect herself, can't make herself feel better, and she has to live with herself because the only alternative, right? So instead of doing that, she moves on. One day at a time, one step at a time, maybe 1 second at a time. She won't look at herself, and she hates herself. So she has to hate someone else. Total control. The behavior is called passive-aggressive. I can't tell you right now the truth because I can't process my emotions, can't be vulnerable. I got to find and think of a way to manipulate you and hurt you because it's all a game, right? It's all strategy. Your move, then mine. Your move, and then mine. And then to call you up next day and go off on you like that after we thought it was resolved. The problem is you can't fix your problems in your relationship. Obviously, she can't. She can't fix them. She can't accept them. She can't move on. And that means that we have a problem in our relationship we can't fix. It's over. So when you have an abusive, toxic partner start telling you, oh, we have such problems and problems and problems, you won't fix them. Nope, still won't be fixed. Well, then goodbye. It's over. Good argument to end it. Because that's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to control you and make you do this. You just say, oh, we can't fix the problem. Bye. It's over. Right? We don't continue with problems. You say we can't fix it. We tried. It's been going on for 18 years. Awful, disgusting. Yeah, it's really common. Poke you, prod you until you finally lose it. There's the camera. Right? Then show everyone, look, crazy, they're crazy. Because they can't look at themselves. You can. That's why you don't need to do that. Someone hurts you, you make yourself feel better. Not her. That's so dangerous. I cannot believe you didn't go to jail. Did you? Because that's what it all leads to. It all leads to killing each other or going to jail. Just let you know, that's the end result. That's where all of these relationships are heading. We kill ourselves or go to jail. Illegal? I don't know where you're from. Please tell us your locations. What does it mean when a narcissist X hoovers you with their new old supply? Well, the same thing as if they hoover you with themselves. They're not healed. Not over it. So just like changing behaviors, I'm not going to do that to you more, apologizing, things like this. I look at myself first, right? I say, there's a problem. There's something wrong. What can I do about it? This is what I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Got to accept it. And all this stuff starts with introspection and looking at myself, isn't it? And loss, failed relationships, loss is the worst experience we could ever have. A failed relationship is the worst for society. It's a lot, okay? We have a divorce. Divorce is huge. Big failure. And you lost your wife. Biggest loss. Worst experience of our lives. And we can't do anything. I'm not going to get over it. I'm not going to heal from it. I'm not going to be ready for someone else until I start looking at myself and processing this and healing. This, hoovering, means they don't do that, right? At some point, you are maybe stop thinking about them as much and you start feeling a little better. Maybe it's months, but you do, right? You start making yourself feel better. You might hire someone to start talking to them, things like this. They don't look at themselves. I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you. I can't make myself feel better now because I feel so bad at grieving, but I can't grieve. So I can't look at myself, I distract myself, I go find somebody else, I meet a new person right away, I date someone right away to fill the void that I can't look at. And if I'm not healing, I'm still thinking about you, I still want you, I can't make myself feel better, and eventually I'm going to contact you. And that's the Hoover. And the Hoover is to make me feel better. Doesn't mean I love you. It doesn't mean I miss you. That's why they'll message you. You message back and they already don't care. That's it. And they can have somebody else do it. What that is to show it in your face. This is how bad they feel. They want you to feel worse than them. That's what revenge is. You made me feel so bad. Now I got to make you feel bad or feel worse. It's not fair. It's not fair. You feel so great after you made me feel so bad. So I'm going to rub my new person in your face. I'm going to go on Facebook and post tons of people. Look what I have. Because that means I have nothing. So they're not healing. They're not grieving. They'll probably do it again. They might do it and they might contact you in 6 years. Rubbing someone else in your face, trying to make themselves feel okay, look better, hurt you. They're just not healing. That's it. That's it. Rose from the United Kingdom. Hello, Rose. What do you think? He rang my daughter. Okay. What do you think? He rang my daughter and told her, I'm guessing, that I'm going to get her wedding dress. Well, he's actually getting it. He's going to pay for whatever dress she wants and doing extra to do that. So why do I feel very unsure about this? I've always noticed he likes to be the one paying. But surely anyone would think that's all good. That's a good person. I think what you're saying is he's a piece of shit, but he likes to pay things so people think he's a good person. You see it? I feel like shit about myself, so I'll overcompensate by giving tons of things to everyone so they like me. That's it. That's it. You said you feel unsure about this. Well, you've been married to the man for years, Rose. Of course you feel unsure about this. I'd feel unsure about every single thing he does. Because the bad things feel bad, which he does often, and the good things aren't genuine. It's bullshit. And then it's going to be followed up by bad things. So you'll never feel secure in your marriage, Rose. Never. He can't do it. That's why he never has. Take these and go, whoop, whoop. No more hope. Let me kill it. Anyway, he's doing it so that people think he's a good person because he knows he's a piece of shit. That's all. Okay, Rose? And once you know that, and you believe you're worthy of better, you won't put up with it anymore. That's it, guys. Let me know what you think of my answers. I'd appreciate thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Love yourself first. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you next Monday. Thanks. Bye-bye.